Yeah, I put this verse in Luke, and I just wanted to kind of follow up on when we were talking about salvation. A friend of mine did a video. Shh, you need to be quiet. You got this caught in your hair because your hair can catch all kinds of stuff. A friend of mine brought up when dealing with salvation that it's a lot simpler than we actually give it. I think we make it more complicated than it needs to be. And me and my cocktail analogy. If you missed that earlier, I will get that put up as well. But the cocktail analogy is that you have to know the ingredients that you're working with before you actually can successfully make a cocktail. But at the same time, it still works towards this. In the book of Luke, we have the account of the crucifixion, and we had two other ne'er-do-wells that were hanging with Jesus Christ on either side. And I know we've had a lot of different teaching over time as to whether there was more than two crucified. I've actually kind of I've bounced back and forth, and I'm of the opinion that it could be either or both. It really is irrelevant. I've seen evidence that not everything is in a straight line. I mean, the only way that you can argue the four crucified is if everyone was in a straight line, which makes no sense. There's no imperative reason for that. Hold on. I hit my mute button, my internal mute button. But those of you who were raised in a similar upbringing know why I even bring that up. But this account here, in Luke, actually simplifies what was required of salvation in a very, what I would consider a very interesting way. What, honey?
Is there any plug over there?
No, we're not doing it that. Not by the, actually, if you want to bring it here, I could use that right here on the table. I'm going to go ahead and read. It says, "And there were also two other malefactors led with him to be put to death. And when they came to the place, which is called Calvary, they crucified him," which is talking about Jesus Christ, "and the malefactors, one on the right hand and the other on the left." There's a place to plug it right there. Hopefully it isn't really noisy here. But it might be nice to have a fan, to be completely honest. Thank you, David. That was very sweet of you. We got all kinds of things plugged in on the table now. Mm-hmm. So, one on the right and the other on the left. And next slide. "And then Jesus said, 'Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.' And they parted his raiment and cast lots. And the people stood beholding, and the rulers also derided him, saying, 'He saved others, let him save himself, if he be Christ, the chosen of God.'" Thank you. No, I don't want it that close. I don't want the noise. Coming to him and offering him vinegar. I'm sorry, I have to back up here. I'm actually going to go forward. "And saying that, 'If thou be the King of the Jews, save thyself.' And a superscription was also written in Greek and in Latin and in Hebrew, saying, 'This is the King of the Jews.' And one of the malefactors, which were hanged, railed on him and said, 'If you be the Christ.'" Okay. If you be the Christ. I find it fascinating that there, of the two people, it doesn't matter if there was only two crucified with him, if there was four crucified with him, two crucified with him. One of the two malefactors that was crucified doubts he is who, well, I guess the placard now claims that he is. So obviously it was something, they just put this superscription, they put this placard above the dude's head, the dude. And he's like, "Well, if you're the Christ, save yourself and us." Right? Which is really a statement of I don't know if that's necessarily a statement of faith. I think it's a prove yourself option, right? So then the other it goes on to say, but the other answered and rebuked him, saying, don't you fear God? Interesting. Very interesting that it says, don't you fear God, seeing that thou art in the same condemnation. Like, we're both about to die. We're literally hanging on a post to die next to someone being crucified in the exact same way. And you wanna like you wanna challenge someone's identity in this hour. And what's interesting is that fearing God or respecting God, this other malefactor proves in that moment that he does respect God and is upset that the other guy doesn't. Which, when we talked about that recipe, is you have to know who God is, right? And you have to know who Jesus Christ is, right? So the guy continues on saying here, let me read for you here. It says, let me switch over again. Sorry, I was on it already and I didn't. I'm a little confused with myself. It says, if thou dost fear God, seeing that thou art in the same condemnation, and we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man has done nothing amiss. And he said unto Jesus, Lord. He said unto Jesus, Lord. He knew who that man hanging next to him was. So he knew who God was. He knew who the Messiah was. And I think that camera's like falling down on me, isn't it? It looks pretty nasty. It's all right. I'll fix it. I'll fix it in a minute. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. There I'm at. But he said to him, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom. So not only did he know who he was, he believed he would go into his kingdom, which means he believed he would be raised from the dead, which means he knew who God was, he knew who Jesus Christ was, and he was all the requirements for the Romans 10 recipe exist in this one verse. Amazingly. And there's a contrast. There's a contrasting piece as well, which blows my mind. There is contrast. I gotta see if this works here. I know it says, we're gonna use the green here. Well, I guess I don't get to see it, do I? I could draw a line, but I don't see where it's at. I myself, it's not even in the same place. So let me clear that. Sorry, guys. It's all experimental. And I believe that's the end of that piece. No, he gets an answer. Jesus said to him, I say unto you this day. It's interesting. You see that comma there after the thee? This is a little nugget that we teach in other classes, and we've been taught historically that not everyone has been taught, and it's probably really valuable for you. You do know that all punctuation, all capitalization, all grammatical accents, anything outside of the actual letters of the text and the interpretation are actually added as an assisted tool for us to read this scripture in our own language. But there was no punctuation in the Latin. There was no punctuation in the Greek.
Yeah, Daddy, can you buy me one of these hats?
Can I buy you one of those hats? Yeah. Someday.
But it's a lot smaller for me.
But a lot smaller for you. Absolutely. If you read there, if you look at it, it says, and Jesus said to him, verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise. Now, that gets translated because of the punctuation there, the comma going before the word today, saying, today you will be with me in paradise. That verse has been misused to teach that people are in heaven right now. That is a Catholic interpretation of that scripture. Today, that comma does not belong there. As a matter of fact, it doesn't belong at all. It's really up to you in understanding the context and understanding scriptures in general to recognize what that actually should be. It's actually, I say unto you today, shalt shalt thou be with me in paradise. I say unto thee, today shalt thou. You see? Do you see what I'm saying? Where the comma can imply one thing in one place and a completely different thing in another place. Just a little note, a little footnote for you to keep your head about when you're reading scriptures is punctuation is not authoritative. So, and I wish I could see it in my on screen because I would annotate it better, but I don't. So, erase all and say done with annotation.
Dad, is this the speaker or is this?
That's a microphone. You're kind of stealing the show today, don't you think?
Is that the real thingy?
Hmm?
Is that the real?
That's another microphone.
So this one?
That one can be a microphone that we use to, if you want to wear it.
But how do you clip it on?
I'll show you. Hold on. Talk in it for me. That's number 2. So, here's how you put it on.
You
Can't have it under your arm for number 1. Okay.
You know you have to clip it on like right up there.
It would go right there. Now, I'm going to unmute you. Now you're on. So, here we go. There you are. People can hear you think now. It's so loud. You feel pretty cool with your microphone on? And my hat on? That's pretty amazing. I'll tell you what, kids are like the ultimate class in what it is to understand the nature of God. I have said that before, but if you've not known me and you've not heard that before, I can hear you. I'm going to mute you right now. Mute. Now they can't hear you. But I can make it so I can. How about I do that? I think we're just playing right now, aren't we? I don't know if we have anybody in watching us. I don't think that really matters right now.
Yeah.
But we're here trying to figure out some things about...
Me.
What?
Unmute me.
Unmute you? Okay, I'm unmuting you. There you go. I didn't unmute you. No, I didn't. You're a smart one.
Yeah, look at us looking and you just touched it.
There, I've unmuted you. Oh, there, look right there. See, now I hear you. It's pretty amazing. So I can hear you when no one else can.
So the live stream can't hear me?
What's that?
So the live stream can't hear me?
If I unmute you, they can hear you.
Unmute me.
I've unmuted you. You got something to say? Here, you say it.
No,
There you go.
no,
There you go.
unmute me for the whole time.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. This is all you. See, that's you. So what do you want to say to people? You got something that you want to teach? Yeah? What do you want to teach? You don't know? You do know. You don't know. You do know? You don't know. Okay. I just want to make sure.
I meant to say I don't know.
Really?
Like, he said, you don't know. I'm like,
Oh, I got you.
and then he said, you don't know. I'm like, this means yes, I don't know.
Oh, that means yes, you don't know. Okay. Are you a little shy right now?
No.
Are you a little guy right now? Yeah? Gosh, you just turned into a totally different person when you know you're on screen. I've never seen this version of David before. Should I have Mommy come down here and sit and talk with us?
I don't care.
You don't care? You want to go invite her?
She's actually gone.
She's actually gone.
Hmm. She's at robotics.
Oh, yeah, we do robotics, don't we?
Yeah. She took Paul.
Well, that's cool. So, all right, let's get back into it, okay? We read Matthew. We're going to skip Matthew. I want to get into some other things that I have seen, just recently. I really don't know where to go with stuff right now. It's interesting. I had my neighbor here today, Matt.
Yeah,
And
Matt's here.
yeah, Matt's here. He's at the mixing
He's trying to
console.
work the live stream while we talk.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. But I was here with my neighbor and trying to describe why I was in such a panic today, and everything came out in like 5 minutes. Like, I don't know what that pressure is, and now that I sit here with all this and I feel unprepared, I have like this absolute blockage.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you say?
You should find a comfort spot and let it flow.
Yeah, I don't know where that is right now because I'm not comfortable right now. But I think part of it is that I had no
Do
technology.
you need
going either.
another
I was just telling
pillow
him.
then? Do you need
And
another
I didn't feel
pillow?
the need. It's interesting. I didn't feel the need
Well, what?
with him. There wasn't a requirement for me to prove everything I was saying because he believed it. And when I feel like I'm streaming this online, I feel like I have an imperative to prove it because I don't know who's watching. And I don't know how long this lasts.
Dad,
Yes, sweetheart.
do you believe Mother Nature?
Do I believe Mother Nature? No, I don't believe in Mother Nature.
Because I don't believe Mother Nature when she said she created all the animals. She's trying to trick us.
Where did you hear that?
I just found it out. God actually made it.
God actually made it. Well, that's a pretty astute observation. So Mother Nature didn't make anything. God made everything.
Mhm.
So where did you hear Mother Nature makes things?
The boys said it. I'm like,
Which
okay.
boys?
Paul and AJ.
Ugh. And so you had to straighten him out. The younger brother knew more about it. That's pretty cool. I'm just giving him his own show. So you set that to program. I think I figured out how to do this. I've got my audio here working well. I can mute him if I need to. I don't see anyone here. Let's take a look at number 4. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of checking in on things. I want to see if we have any viewers right now. Not that I want to like totally just play to the viewers, but I don't see anything in chat at the moment. I mean, I don't know why I would expect to see anybody in chat, which is hilarious because I just started using this channel. I've had it for, I don't know, 9 years now. I had it set up. I have to look at what the actual establishment date is. It's probably not been 9 years. I'm going to mute you. Because you're just going to sit over there and giggle and laugh. And when you got something to say, you let me know. Deal? Deal. No, I set this up a long time ago. I don't know if it's been 9 years. I know I did a lot of other things 9 years ago. But all of the technicalities here, I haven't really like settled into. And it's all the technicalities are almost as distracting as he is. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you. I'm gonna put the camera on you. There you go.
Everybody who's watching this, don't believe Mother Nature.
Don't believe Mother. You tell them right there.
About the animals.
Point to him. You tell them.
She's trying to trick us.
Okay.
God actually made it.
God actually made it. And he's got a message today. Don't buy. Yeah, if you get anything out of today, Mother Nature is trying to trick us. God actually made it.
Yeah.
All right, high five. All right, so I have a natural born teacher. You're taking off the hat? That's probably good. So I had put some things in here. We brought up a verse in Matthew 18, talking about the 2 or 3 witnesses. Oh, yeah. I mean, I wish I could pull it up. I'm getting those messages too. Just so you know.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's connected. Everything's overly connected. Everything's connected except for actual people on my channel. That's not the point. I want to be able to pull gemstones out of this when it happens. I do have
I
to.
like anything from Matthew, by the way.
Yeah. Matthew seems to be a good name to you.
Yes. Wise man.
Wise man.